Cancer. Ooh, getting closer, huh? Exciting. Get to be home as much as you want. Don't have to make any excuses about it. Get to be as emotional as you want. Don't have to make any excuses about it. In a lot of ways, it feels like everybody feels like Cancers now. Knight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. The Earth sign. The Earth sign who was at one point so welcoming, so loving, so receptive. Made you feel so much like yourself. Interesting first energy to have. Slow, steady, too slow. The Chariot wants to go, go, go. The Knight of Pentacles is like, oh, well, maybe we should think about it again. And maybe this isn't a good idea. And maybe I'll act like I like you, and maybe I'll act like I don't, and that's always disappointing when you really want to go, go, go. I think when people disappoint us, the best thing we could possibly do is balance the heart and mind, something that's very difficult for Cancers. If you're dealing with the Sagittarius, they really want to go, go, go. Maybe not in the direction you want. It's like stop and start. It's stop and start until your season, because fixed earth is just going too slow, and it will be too slow, and it's confusing because it's about intentionality for you. Cancer wants to know what the intention is behind the thing. Where are we going? What is the motivation? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? You want answers. The Chariot needs a direction. The Knight of Pentacles doesn't know how to give that direction. Temperance is too busy balancing the water. Doesn't need a direction. It has wings. It'll just go up. This is what happens, Cancer, when you choose to mingle with people that are ill-suited for you. No, I'm not saying it just to you. I'm saying it to myself as well. When you know something isn't right for you, and you pursue it anyway because you think somehow your feelings will be able to override your instincts. Huge mistake. Huge mistake. The Empress, the Eight of Swords, the Six of Swords, the Four of Swords. Once you figure out that job, that person, that situation is never going to treat you the way you absolutely know in your bones you should be treated, you can, option A, be miserable, isolate, stay there. Option B, get out, say what you need to say, let them have it. Or option C, play dead. Bury your head in the sand. In your case, bury your whole body in the sand. And then what? Don't get emotional when I say this. There's a part in The Office where Kevin, the bigger guy, has been broken up with. His fiance left him. And he hates walking far to his parking spot. They've had to move parking spots because there's a construction company taking their parking spots. And he goes on a quest with another guy in the office to get their parking spots back. And it works. And he has a moment where he's sitting with the camera crew and he's doing his one-on-one. And he says, since Stacy left, it's been really hard. And it just feels good to win one. Because he's been on this losing streak, it's just loss, loss, loss. It will feel so good to win one, Cancer. And you will. I know it doesn't seem like it right now. I know it doesn't seem like it right now. But you will. You will. You will. You will win, and you will win big. But first you gotta decide, what is it? What do you want to do? Which one of these options works for you? Because we can play this out. This is the reality of who you are, and this is the speed at which you travel, because that's who you are. Then let's play out what happens depending on which option you choose. We've all been here. Cancer, Cancer rising, Cancer moon. We know exactly what this is. We know exactly where it goes. Nowhere. This is the one we never want to choose, because you never want a Cancer, not even a Cancer themselves, wants to tell you what they really think of you, and nobody else wants to know, because when we tell you, you'll never forget. You'll carry it to your grave, and you'll hate us until you die, because we're going to tell you. But what I'm saying is sometimes people really need to be told. Or you can rest, i.e. play dead, bury yourself in the sand, also going nowhere, except you'll feel somewhat safe. Do we want that? Does this seem like an energy that wants to bury in the sand and go nowhere? Does this energy seem like it needs to be kept safe? Because this is who you are. Does this person, or does this energy, does this chariot and charioteer seem like they need protection? Because they don't. So, if you are your boldest, strongest, steel in the spine, mother of the universe self, steel in the spine, mother of the universe herself, then you will do the smart thing, which is leave any situation that is not abject praiseworthy of you. And why do we do that? Because there is so much more. Because like I said, sometimes it just really feels good to win one. But you can't win until you take out the trash. You can't. And if you look at the Taurus reading and you look at the Gemini reading, it is a theme. You must talk about your feelings, purge the people, purge anyone who is being ungrateful, mean, dismissive, disrespectful, all of it. All of it has to go. All of it has to go. Because what is for you is standing right behind you going, please get this trash out of the way so I can get in. I would really just like to walk in the door, but I can't get in. I can't get in because you have the door barricaded with bullshit. Yeah, you want the chariot to go, go, go. I want the chariot to go, go, go. But how am I supposed to get you in the chariot so we can go, go, go if you won't see that this is what actually should be yours and is yours? Right? It feels good to win one if you allow yourself to win one. It feels good to have the thing you wish for most if you let yourself wish big, and also at the same time be realistic enough to go, I'm wishing big, I want big, but I also need to take the risk. The risk being what? That I can't do this. See, for us, nobody gets this, but for us, this is safe. This is where we find safety, alone and sad. No, we're not doing that. What we are doing is getting out of our comfort zone and into our power. And what's our power? What's our power? Our power resides in the knowing that we give, and we can take. Right? The mother is feared, the mother is demonized, the mother is vilified because the mother takes as much as she gives. The ocean gives us everything, and it also drowns a hell of a lot of people. So, embrace both sides of yourself. Stop living in this reality where it's only one part of you that you let come out. It's not just give. it's also roll them under the waves and, let them hit the rocks. Hey, if you're asking to hit the rocks and I don't let you hit them, I'm doing you a disservice. It's obviously what you want, right? So look at it that way. You like to give people what they want? Cool. Sometimes people are itching to get rolled by a wave and hit their heads on something sharp. So let them have it. Give them what they're asking for. Stop being so selfish and wanting to give them what you think they should have. No. Give people exactly what they're asking for, and let's see how much things change between now and when your season comes along. That'll be interesting. Love you. Let's look at these cards. Hi, Cancer. Welcome to the second part of your reading. Where were we? Give them what they want? Right. Roll them. Okay. Knight of Cups. Let's start there. Hey, you know what? You made the effort. You did all the things that you were supposed to do. You've been doing the things you should do. You haven't been overly needy. You've been keeping your problems to yourself. You've been doing all the things you should do. But this earth energy is so slow. But you have to let it go at its own pace. I'm not saying that every earth energy in your life is trash. I'm not saying that. Some of them are just slow. They're charming, they're sweet, but they're slow. The Sagittarius, like I said, is just going to fly straight upwards. You can't be down with the slow or the different dimensions. You can't be down with any of that. Right now, we're focusing, even though nothing wants you to, we're focusing on you, okay? And what are we focusing on? Simply self-image. The self-image here, the Empress, I want you to get into this card. I want you to really think about this. The Empress has a lot to do with that ocean energy that I'm telling you about. What we need to fully embrace about ourselves right now. The ocean is giving. The Empress is giving. There's a lot of abundance, okay? But the ocean will kill you in a second. And the Empress is, after all, the Emperor's wife, right? We know the Emperor isn't on Mr. Nice Guy. You get on the wrong side of this one, and you have a problem on your hands. Okay? So we need to adopt that duality right now. It can't just be about this person did this to me, I feel hurt. There has to be a reaction. Our reaction is always go internal, it's somehow your fault, and there is always a line of people waiting to tell you how it's all your fault. No. And the only reason you feel like this is because you forgot what you really are. So no. So let's start there. Anyone who's trying to make their issues your fault has to go. Or remove yourself. Bye. Now, there are certain things that you need to sit and think about, but you need to do it in a way where you're not hiding or isolating emotionally. You're just thinking it through. And why are you thinking it through? Because you're making room, but also you're getting into the energy of not stuff that's moving too slow, not stuff that's confusing, not stuff that's asking you to do what you can't do. Now you're going to focus your energy on how it feels if you already had exactly what you wanted. Let me say that again. Now we focus our energy in May on feeling the feels of what it would feel like to have already what you want most. Gregg Braden calls this the Issiah Effect. Okay, I would recommend that book to anyone. The audiobook is incredible and it's read by Gregg Braden himself. The Issiah Effect is from the Dead Sea Scrolls. It goes into great detail on manifestation. Okay, manifestation has everything to do with feeling. You think things that you want to be true only to produce a feeling. Cancer doesn't need that middle step. We don't need to show our work. We can go straight to the feeling. So here we go. And I'm going to be talking about this in the next episode of the podcast, where we go back and we revisit the fountain concept. There's a new episode up from last night, It's about toxic relationships and Pluto retrograde. There's a new one that will go up tonight, inshallah, and that one is about re-examining the fountain energy. So let's start doing it here. Okay, in my deck, God willing, this Ace of Cups will be a fountain. So, feeling the feeling of already having what you want minus the sadness. We don't feel the feeling and then go, oh, it would be so great if I had that, but I actually don't. There is no such thing as actually. Cancers know that better than anyone. Feeling the feeling of having the thing you want most and reveling in it, being happy about it, being joyful about it, and just staying there. And then anyone who tries to pull you out of that zone, cut it. Stay in that power. Keep going with the abstraction of it, the feeling of it. Keep building on it. It's just positive after positive after positive. And then boom, getting what you want. Don't worry about what you don't know. One of the most important things I can tell you about this season is Cancer is none of your business. What you don't know is none of your business. We are focusing not even on what we know. We're not falling into that trap. We're focusing solely on what it feels like to already have the thing we want most. And then watching the power of that thought and feeling coming together with gratitude and complete assurance, creating for you this beautiful energy right here. And the only thing that can get in the way, doubt. So we're not doing it. We're not doing it. No doubts. No doubts. This is not the time. This is the time for you to manifest. This is the time for you to prep for your season. This is the time to set it all up. No doubts. That's what I'm saying. Anything that makes you feel doubtful, anything that pulls you out of that energy, instead of hiding from it, instead of arguing with it, instead of getting sad about it, we're just moving sideways away from it. Bye. That's it. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. And then focusing, using this magical alone time to focus, focus, focus. What are we focusing on? All this good stuff here. You know what it is. Let's get more into it in the extended right now. If you would like a personal recorded reading sent to you, the link is below. If you would like to sign up for a one-on-one video chat reading, I think there's a couple of slots still left. That's the link below that one. The instant and the Vimeo extended links are also below. They're the same reading. It's just sent to you differently. One is going to be through your email and the other you go on Vimeo and log in and watch it. Both you can watch over and over again. Okay. Love you.